Hello, dear AI enthusiasts. Imagine you're sitting in a spaceship racing at warp speed through the infinite expanses of artificial intelligence. And then, at exactly that moment, it crashes with a deafening hyperjump into a completely new dimension, a sphere that eclipses everything we've known so far. That's exactly what Anthropic achieved on February 24th, 2025, when they launched Claude 3.7 Sonnet. This isn't a lame update, not a little toy, but a seismic wave that plows through the entire AI landscape and sends the competition into panic. Today, I'm dragging you along on a journey that won't just pump you full of facts, but will pull you into a whirlpool of amazement, excitement, and pure adrenaline until we land with a bang that leaves you speechless. What makes this model the new benchmark that surpasses even the boldest dreams? How does it dismantle giants like OpenAI and xAI into their individual parts? And what the hell does it have to do with a Pokémon adventure that has the community in a frenzy? Buckle up, we're starting. This won't be a comfortable joyride, but a wild ride through the future. Claude 3.7 Sonnet is no ordinary language model that just drools text at you. It's the world's first hybrid reasoning model, a technical beast that Anthropic presents with a diabolical grin as the perfect fusion of System 1 and System 2 thinking. That means intuition and logic merge here like lightning, striking from the sky, and a chess grandmaster calculating every possible move combination in seconds. For simple queries like, what is 2 plus 2? Claude fires the answer faster than you can spill your coffee. 4, bam, done. But dare to throw it a real challenge like a tricky integral from calculus or a coding problem that drives even senior developers insane, then it switches to thinker mode, breaks down the problem into its individual parts, works step by step, and lays out its entire thought process for you like a poker player who slams all his cards on the table with a broad grin. Developers can even control the thinking performance via the API, up to 128,000 tokens, an upper limit that gives you power as if you were holding a stopwatch in front of a brilliant detective. You have exactly 10 minutes to crack the case and not a second longer. This isn't just flexibility, it's control at a level that makes other models look like pale amateurs. But hold on tight, because here come the numbers and they'll knock your socks off. Let's take a look at the benchmarks, because this is where the wheat separates from the chaff. And Claude mows down the competition like a futuristic harvesting robot. On the SWE-Bench, a merciless test for software development capabilities, it pulverizes opponents with a success rate of 62.3%. And when Anthropic gives it a bit of custom scaffolding, it catapults itself to an incredible 70.3%. OpenAI's O3, a measly 49%. DeepSeek R1, even weaker with 48%. This is no longer a competition, it's a massacre, where Claude leaves the arena with a victory-assured smile. In agentic tool use, where it's about mastering real tools in real scenarios, it dominates the SWE-Bench for retail and airline tasks. While other models are still desperately poring over the user manual, Claude has already solved 3 problems and had a coffee. For coders, this is the jackpot. It plans your code like an architect, tests it like a QA engineer, fixes bugs like a wizard, and pushes the whole thing directly to GitHub, as if it were your personal DevOps guru. But before you get too excited, a small dampener. In AIM 2024, a math competition for the really tough ones, it drops to 56%. O3 mini laughs from afar with over 80%. Anthropic just shrugs, we didn't optimize for competition stuff, but for real-life use. And that's exactly what makes it so dangerously exciting. It's not a nerd who only shines for Olympic-worthy tasks, but a street fighter who has your back in the real coding war. But now, my friends, it gets really hot. The tension rises, because Anthropic hasn't just released Claude, they've pulled an ace from their sleeve that makes your eyes pop out of your head. Claude Code, a command-line tool that lets you act in the terminal like a godlike coder. Imagine you lean back and say, Claude, build me a chat history in my Next.js app, and pronto, he delivers. And how? He scours your codebase like a bloodhound, finds the right files, suggests changes, writes tests, fixes build errors, and commits everything to GitHub, as if he were a developer tornado made flesh. In the demo video, Boris and Kat from Anthropic show how he transforms a sidebar into a chat history in minutes, inserts a new chat button, adapts the logic, and secures the whole thing with tests. No frills, no excuses, just pure raw performance that takes your breath away. Theo from T3. Chat, a name you should know, is already shouting to the world. This is the best coding model I've ever seen. It spits out production quality while others are still playing in the sandbox. A user from the community has tested it and built a snake game with 2 AI-controlled snakes chasing each other, plus a superfood block that moves and disables opponents. First attempt, no corrections, simply bam, runs like clockwork. This is no longer AI, it's a creative monster that obeys your terminal commands like a faithful cyber dog. Why is Claude such a force of nature anyway? Anthropic has a philosophy that makes the competition look like dinosaurs. Fast answers and deep thinking belong together. Like in the human brain, no separate models needed. While OpenAI with O1 and GPT-4 separates two worlds and XAI with Grok plays similarly, Anthropic says, no, we pack everything into one package. Normal mode for speed, extended thinking for the really tough chunks. You switch at will as if you're shifting to a higher gear. And unlike some competitors who hide their thinking processes like magicians behind a curtain, Claude shows you everything, every consideration, every step, as if he's letting you live into the cockpit of his neural networks. The catch, and yes, there is one, his knowledge ends at October 2024. No access to live web data. If you ask, what did Apple announce last week? He shrugs his shoulders and mumbles, sorry, I'm offline, buddy. But for coding, data analyses, or creative challenges, there he doesn't need the internet. He burns like a reactor at full throttle, ready to shoot your projects into the stratosphere. And now, hold on tight, because here comes the first twist that makes your hair stand on end. Anthropic had Claude 3.7 play Pokémon Red. Yes, exactly. That Game Boy Pokémon that we played as kids until midnight. With nothing but pixel input and button commands, he fought his way through Pallet Town, defeated 3 gym leaders and got their badges, while older models like Claude 3.0 didn't even dare to open the front door. Those poor things were still in bed when Claude was already playing Pokémon Champion. Super effective! Anthropic grins with a wink and the community explodes with excitement. Where's the video, Anthropic? Show us this madness. This is no cheap PR stunt. It's proof that Claude can think strategically like a general on the battlefield. And it's just the overture to the big showdown that's coming now. The scene is in uproar, and rightfully so. Cursor developers praise the code, quality to the skies, as if it were divine poetry. Cognition, the minds behind Devon AI, call it unbeatable in planning complex code changes. And Versal sees it as the perfect partner for agent workflows that run like Swiss clockwork. On X and Reddit, comments are pouring in. Users are switching to Claude 3.7 in droves, although the API costs might raise your eyebrows. $3 per million input tokens, $15 per million output tokens. This isn't cheap, it's an investment. Theo says about this, expensive, yes, but I completed hours of work in minutes, that's priceless. A Reddit user built a landing page and jubilates. With Visual Studio and the right setup, this thing is unbeatable. The chat alone was yesterday's snow. Another had him build a web app in Canvas. Clean code, a touch of design talent, errors at a minimum, as if a master craftsman had polished the thing. But this is just the beginning of the spectacle. Anthropic dreams bigger, much bigger. They talk about pioneers until 2027. AI systems that solve problems that would cost entire development teams years, as if they were outsmarting time itself. They're tinkering with parallel thinking. Imagine multiple Claude instances pondering independently about your code, your analysis, your problem, and then crowning the best solution like a jury of superbrains at an intergalactic tribunal. This is expensive. Yes, expensive like a private jet with gold plating, but the vision alone makes your hair stand on end and your heart beat faster. And now, dear AI junkies, flex your muscles, because here comes the big finale bang that blows away everything you've ever seen. Claude 3.7. Sonnet is not just a model, it's a damn revolution, a storm that's reshaping the AI world. Fast as lightning, driving through the night, clever as a fox that checkmates in 3 moves, practical as a toolbox on wheels that dismantles every problem. For coders, it's an adrenaline rush that drives your pulse up. For thinkers, a brain booster that sharpens your senses. Weaknesses, no web access, math competitions are not its playing field, but in real life, where it counts, it rules like a king over its digital realm. Claude Code makes you the undisputed ruler of your terminal, a cyberconductor who transforms your commands into code symphonies. And the Pokémon adventure is the ultimate proof. This AI doesn't just play along, it wins, it dominates, it tears everything down and builds it anew. Test it yourself on Claude.ai. Free with limits, no excuses, no mercy. Tell me in the comments, is Claude your new hero in the AI Olympus, or are you sticking with Grok and 03? I'm eager for your opinions. If this knocked you out, slam the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell. We'll see you at the next AI Big Bang, and believe me, it's going to be even wilder. Stay on the pulse, stay electrified, stay hungry, because this, my friends, is just the beginning of a new era, and we're standing right in the middle of it.